Today we're going to talk just a little bit about one way you can design and implement how you would like to be. It's not typically something that we think about as malleable, but it turns out it is. It's just like building a house. First, you need a plan, and from there, you can implement what you've designed. As you consider the person you want to become, you want to list the attributes that you'd like to retain or acquire. And that includes the ones that you'd like to diminish or even get rid of. Now, you're not going to be able to write all of this down and then snap your fingers and have it happen all at once. What you're aiming for is to make manageable progress. In other words, you're going to take these changes that in the end will be quite significant, at least you're hoping, and break them down into smaller chunks in ways where you know how to implement that on a daily basis. And if you do this right, the good news is it's a piece of cake. You take this giant thing that's amorphous and hard to get a handle on, and these seem like enormous changes that no person could ever make, and you break it down into the tiniest steps that any person could take. It's totally possible. Many people have done this, and you can join the list. So, as you're making these lists, you really want to think hard about how important each specific change is to you, because that's going to determine where it ends up on your list. You want to start with the ones you care the most about. And you'll pick up momentum as you go, and you really are going to be surprised at how easy this is over time. All right, so of course, in order to choose the kinds of attributes you'd like, you need to have a list of potential adjectives. Here's one list, and you can absolutely go and find your own. One thing that's a useful exercise in all of this is you can think of people you'd like to be more like, and then look up adjectives that describe those kinds of people. Now, that could be a famous person that you've never met before, could even be a fictitious character in a book, or it could be someone that you know that's not famous at all. Here's the key. Each person has attributes that you wish you had and attributes that you want to avoid. You can even look at yourself and think of the good attributes you already have that you would like to keep, and consider the bad ones that you'd like to get rid of. And your goal in this is to make a list of how you would like to be, the attributes you would like to have and the attributes you would not like to have. So I'm going to read through these, and if we don't always use these words so commonly, so if you hit one that you don't know off the top of your head, you don't feel confident you could define it to an 8-year-old, look it up. It's really easy. You just go to a search engine, you type in the word and look it up. So here are some good attributes: affectionate, interesting, sincere, reliable, resourceful, articulate, determined, straightforward, agreeable, cheerful, helpful, knowledgeable, honest, rational, humorous, energetic, generous, hardworking, courageous, open-minded, eloquent, tactful, tenacious, ambitious, patient, wise, humble, impartial. Here's some negative qualities: entitled, aloof, pessimistic, careless, idle, haughty, greedy, indolent, moody, arrogant, closed-minded, dishonest, callous, inconsiderate, belligerent, gullible, promiscuous, selfish, fake, awkward, weak-willed, unstable, clownish, reticent. Now, one thing you'll notice from this list is that not one of these attributes have anything to do with what's going on around you. So, for example, wealthy was not on the list. Wealthy depends on things that are happening around you. All of these attributes are choices. You really do get to choose how you are in terms of character qualities. To make progress in becoming more like you want to be, you work each day towards the attributes that you desire to have or desire to get rid of. So here's a really practical way to do it. Once you've made your list, rank it in terms of importance to you. Then start with just the first few on the positive and negative lists. Write them down on a card, something you can carry with you. Each day, early in the morning, soon after you wake up, look at the card, read it, and think about your day. Think about, this only takes 20 seconds to do. It takes less than a minute. Think about your day and the activities you anticipate and how a person with the positive attributes would act and how a person with the negative attributes would act. And that's going to pre-code your mind and your heart to act the way you want during the day, to act like a person that has the attributes that you desire to have. If you get a second throughout the day, think about those attributes again. And then every night, review how the day went and where you missed opportunities to act according to qualities that you'd like to have. Make a mental commitment to do better next time with details if you can. And do the opposite for the negative qualities. The more you do this, the easier it will be to do. And you'll very quickly develop the ability to do this subconsciously throughout the day. On a regular interval, rotate your qualities. As you become better at the qualities you'd like to acquire, choose some more to put on your list. As you become better at avoiding behavior associated with the negative qualities you'd like to rid yourself of, do the same. Swap them out for new ones. And then on regular intervals, revisit your master list of qualities to make sure that it still reflects what you feel most strongly about, because you're going to grow and change over time. That's really all there is to it. Now, this is a very simple exercise, even though it's very powerful. But you'll find many more ideas about how to intentionally design yourself, redesign yourself, improve yourself in this book called Joy on Purpose. And I highly recommend you check it out. You can get a free copy from upwardthought.org/books, and you can also find it on Amazon.